Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Those in the gospel, brother, living at the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is Akim Mahaloya coming back with a quick lesson to the Spirit. Just a quick update on the Supreme Court overturns Roe versus Wade, okay, which was an ongoing battle on abortions. All right, this is a very strenuous defeat for the women of our nation and just the women of Babylon in general. The more on the feminist aspect because they have that pro-life, my body, my choice. I can do what I want to do, which is total bullshit. Okay, it's total folly. Okay, so what happened is that the Lord is creating the division here because America is a society that's divided by straight up folly. Okay, you got the left and you got the right. Okay, and they're both are basically opposing forces of the same bird. Which, just like you have a parent on one arm and a parent on the left and the right, and you got them try to snatch the kid, what's going to happen is going to yank the kid and tear it apart, okay? Because that's considered a division. You see what I'm saying? So these people are highly divided here in Babylon, all right? And the Lord is just going to turn it up. He's going to turn up the heat. Why? Because, A, it's Bible prophecy, okay? And, A, this is shit. We're witnessing the fall of Babylon the Great. You see what I'm saying? So it says the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade on Friday, holding that there's no longer a federal constitutional right to an abortion, right? Because now they're going to try to go through states now because, in certain states it's still legal that you go ahead and do it. Because certain states, all states have their own constitution, so to speak, within the states. So a lot of times they can sidestep this protocol in the federal government. They can just overturn it and put it in a lesser court, which is the state appellate courts, man. Okay, so within certain states you still have that legal that a lot of people will try to work around, but overall, man, it's not looking too good, man, okay? Because you women out there, you don't like to take responsibility for your actions. Like, primary example, right? If I don't want a child, but if I don't want a kid, but the woman wants the kid, I have to still pay for it, okay? Because she decides to keep it, she decides to do what she wants to do with it. But if she didn't want the kid and I wanted the kid, she could just go and abort the motherfucker, man, okay? And nothing happens to it. But if I don't want the kid and when she go down to the courts and put me on child support, I'm still liable for a fucking kid that I don't even want, man. You see what I'm saying? And that's the hypocrisy of this Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai forsaken kingdom. Okay? Because this kingdom is highly forsaken. So it says here, the opinion of the most consequential Supreme Court decision in decades and will transform the landscape of women's reproductive health in America. But going forward, abortion rights will be determined by states, right? Because they put it back down in the state. So states like Missouri, they gonna underturn that shit because Missouri is a very, very it's a red state. It's a very, very Republican state. Though you have cities like St. Louis and Kansas City that's filled with so-called minorities, okay, and feminists, which feminism rules these particular blue cities. It's going to be a big issue about that because here the brother sent us a text. And it says here, following the SCOTUS ruling overturned Roe v. Wade, Missouri has just become the first in the country to effectively end abortion with our AG opinion signed moments ago. This is a monumental day for the sanctity of life, okay? So right there, that shows you that Missouri just turned that shit down. So, hey, you can expect riots and stuff like that, protests here in Kansas City, St. Louis, okay? Because out of the state of Missouri, Kansas City and St. Louis are pretty much like the most liberal states, so to speak, the liberal cities, because you have a lot of women here. You have a lot of openly momos here, okay? And they're on board with this particular program, okay? So these women, man, they gonna be hurt, man, they feelings. They got something which is called Jane or some shit, like some type of, matter of fact, so let me go to this guy, Double 7, real quick, man, because he made a very interesting point about this so-called militia group, not a militia group, but it's like a group of protesters that goes by the name of like James or some shit, but I'll get it in a second. See if he added it here. Yep, the same article here. But let's see what he has to say real quick. Salakia for the background noise, I'm outside, so.
This is Dabu 7. We get word today that the U.S. Supreme Court rules in the Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization that the Constitution does not guarantee a right to abortion in one of the most momentous and controversial decisions of the past few decades. court's conservative majority overturning the 1973 decision in the Roe v. Wade by a vote of 6 to 3. Roe had stood as one of the most debated rulings in the court's history, revered by many women's rights advocates and reviled by conservatives who believe that abortion kills a human life. Now, there have been threats here this past week from many different groups. One called James Revenge.
Right, okay.
That was putting up
Con. James Revenge, which deals with basically a bunch of feminists gearing up, being angry. But see, what you women don't understand is, I don't think you want that kind of smoke, because if you go out there thinking that you're going to destroy shit, remember, you're women at the end of the day. And it's nothing to disband a group of angry women, okay? Because, hey, you're going to go out there looking for trouble, and then, hey, you're going to get it. You're going to get exactly what's coming to you, because I'm going to tell you like this. When the Most High release these cops, man, they're not going to spare you women, you know? Because you women, you seem to think that you're untouchable, man. You seem to believe that you're untouchable and that everything revolves around you. No, you women have been living off the hypocrisy of a double standard since you've come into this women's lib nonsense. It's been nothing but double standards with you, and straight up trying to control the narrative. You want too much control, okay? And it's been proven that women are not good. You're not likely to succeed when you control. You will run the shit into the ground like you've done the last 50 years, okay? So it says here, Roe was erroneously wrong from the start. Justice Samuel Alito wrote that his majority opinion, it is reasoning and it was exceptionally weak, and the decision has damaging consequences. And for far from bringing about a national settlement in abortion issue, Roe and Casey have inflamed a debate that have deepened the division. And if you go into the Bible, man, the Bible tells you that you're not supposed to commit abortions or murder, man. That's more murder, man. Okay? So this is the book of Luke 11, and I'm going to start at verses 17. It says, but he knew their thoughts and said it to them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. All right, and a house divided against itself has fallen, right? And it says that if Satan be divided against Satan himself, how should his kingdom stand? Okay, and that's the point. Satan is divided against Satan because you have Democrats and you have Republicans, okay? Which they're part of the same bird, but nonetheless, there's a division among the people now, okay? And this is what we're talking about. But even then, the scriptures say, thou shalt not commit murder. Okay, you're not supposed to kill or give abortions, man. That's off according to the scriptures, you know? This is the book of Exodus 20, and I'm going to start at verses 13. It says, thou shalt not kill, but that word in the Hebrew is murder, okay? Because that's the case, that'll make everybody hypocrites, because there's a lot of killing in the Bible. David killed thousands of men. He didn't, okay? But when he murdered Uriah the Hittite, that's when the Lord judged him. So murder is not justified. Killing is in certain aspects, okay? When a kill is not justified, it's considered murder, okay? And abortion is murder. I don't give a damn what you picklehead harlots say. Abortion is fucking murder, man. All right? And you women, you're getting ready to get your judgment, because the scriptures say, rise up, you women that are at ease, and you are completely in ease. So this is the beginning of the Most High getting ready to strip you of your fucking so-called power. All right? So this is the book of Isaiah 32:7. It says, the instruments also of the churl are evil, and he that devised a wicked device to destroy the poor with lying words. Right? Because most of those babies, they said that a black man has a better chance of being aborted by a so-called black woman before he enters the world. They said more black babies die in a womb of a woman of color. And that's absolutely true. Okay? Because if it was up to Eve, she'd just kill us all off, man. And it says, devise wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak it right. And that's us. But the liberal devises liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. But rise up, ye women that are at ease, and hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vengeance shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. So this is the beginning of you going down. Okay, and next comes the child support. Next comes the feminist movement. Next comes the abortions, all that shit. Next comes the riots, the food shortages. You women getting ready to suffer on a whole different playing field. All right. But anyway, with that, I'm going to end it giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and above all.